Hey everybody, what is happening? Dela. I am back with another one of my Madden 15 Ultimate Team season and reviews. Today we have the 99 Combine Warrior CJ2K was loaned to me by Scoped over at mudhead.com, and we have the 99 Larry Fitzgerald. Gonna get right into it. We got a lot of stuff here. Got a little bit more than the season's worth because I had to finish up the last one. This was in my last clip. Watch B receiver Larry Fitzgerald 99. There you go. Like I said, that was at the end of the last clip, but since it was at the back end, I'm sure most people probably never get to finish most of these because they do run a little bit. And this game right here, just a couple out of, I didn't have the recorder on, and I caught it at the very end, so I did catch just a couple runs for CJ, the 99 here. So I wanted to just get those out real quick, just so you could see a little bit of the moves here before we get into the gameplay. Like I say, this is about a season and a half or so, so I cut out a little bit more out of some of these games I normally would have. Just because I'm just trying to get kind of highlights and get you a good feel of these. If we don't need a lot of defensive stuff, I will show interceptions and stuff like that. Here we go, Larry wide open, and that one's on me. I let the computer try to control Larry. I didn't switch to him. Had I switched and give him that speed burst though, easy touch. That, and look at the my man is just beasting out there. 99 Jimmy. I had thought about sending him back, with his price up there and going back to Gronk because Gronk is great. But I say screw it. I'm running both of those guys and gonna keep them till the end. Why not? There it was, fourth and 3 for him. I run the like I say, I zone out my linebackers. I run underneath coverage, and that does work a lot of times when you know they're gonna throw short on you. It's really nice if you're not really fearing the deep ball. You got the cover 3 shell on it, but that goes one-on-one. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, and get at the end of there, 4th and 3 at the end, he just puts up a prayer, and that's over there again. So you got a lot of that, a lot of guys going for it on 4th, and some spots they should, some not. Here we go with the double juke. Oh my goodness! And if you give him open field, I'm sorry, that 99 is gone. There are certain games where with CJ where I can't tell the difference very much between him and the 95 speed wise, and there's a Keeb jumping the route, and come on, give me the pick 6. No, we're battling for that for a Keeb all one. But and then there's also some plays with CJ I can tell the speed, lateral stuff out there, getting to the side, he gets out so quick. You cannot do this with especially with the speed of the game now. You're 95 guys, you can't get the edges like that, and I like to hit them a bunch. Okay, here we go again. You want to test to leave, you're gonna get caught. I mean, I don't see a reason to even get rid of that guy at any point in this game the way he's running. There we go with the nice spin. I really do like the spin on this guy. That's always been my move all year. Jamal and the other guys I run, and definitely CJ's got a great one. Larry's got a good one too. Check that out. Oh my good. All right, so we're doing pretty well with these guys. It's a great combo. For some reason, the guy does take the kickoff, takes a knee. I thought he was going to be down at the 1 when he did that, real close, but he decides to wait to that point. Then he just gives up there. So whatever. Make me kick it to you. Then I don't know why you changed your mind at that point, but that's okay. And right here, boom, over the top, Larry, we got you dusted. Revis is left behind. I remember this one, again, I got a lot of guys who are running a lot of the, like the fire zone week 3. And look at the Larry just getting the toe taps out. He's got a few nice ones in this game, especially doing that. In this route, you'll see that one quite a bit. I like to run the inside C route with Larry. He's such a good route runner. And there's the nemesis, Jackham. I throw the ball right to him. And if we could stop him here from at least scoring, I don't want Jack to get that. All right, he does end up getting a touch on me, but at least I didn't give it to Jack. I swear, if you watch the last video, the guy is killing me, man. It's like the one guy on every team, he's just killing me. I did pick one up myself just to try to even the odds, but it doesn't seem to help. And, good spin there by Jimmy, but unfortunately it carried me out of bounds, so we're going to go right back to him after that. And we're going to get, big chunky yardage here. So before half, want to at least tie this up, and we get a nice seam route there to Gronk. We get the inside pass lead. You really got to be careful where you place those. They could be jumped otherwise, and you're going to see a lot of CJ on swing pass. If you run, if you run basically screens, he's going to be excellent. I like to run swings more than screens, but it's a lot of the same sort of stuff. So anything that gets CJ out in space is going to be great, And again, look at Larry with the toe tap, very nice, maybe I could have done an up pass lead and maybe scored with him, but I've had those plays in that situation kind of carried me out of bounds on occasion. So but really 7 seconds left, and we get down. That was just clutch by him. most of the stuff I'm going to do, and CJ, that was a run up the middle, and for some reason I just saw a hole, and I decided to go left, and here he goes breaking that. Very nice. I'll say this, throughout the whole season with CJ, not one time did he put the ball on the ground, and last year was 2 or 3 of them he did on me. And there's the GOAT, Steve Smith. Very nice route there then, and okay. You know, you make one guy miss, it never fails. You run into your own guys afterwards or a blocker. But then, you know, with a minute left in the game, we come up clutch with Jamal. He gets subbed in because, again, here's the matchup with just the speed versus speed. You know, when you get Larry off the line against Revis and over the top. I mean, I'm hitting my guys over the top. There's no cheese. There's nothing. When you can bomb over the top in stride, you're not doing jump ball stuff on it. I mean, that's money. That's just burning a guy like this. That is straight up burning a guy. You know, here we go. I take control of that this time. And, you know, again, we already learned the lesson. The computer's going to let you down most of the time. You know, it's going to look like the guy, your quarterback, overthrew the ball, and it's not the case. You just sometimes you got to get that little extra burst, you know, for him to catch it. You know, Charles doing his thing. You know, again, unfortunately, I've got Charles free safety and Charles as a corner for this season. I don't like that, but the free safety I wanted to get rid of, but he's such a ball hawk. You know, the only thing he doesn't have is, you know, is going to be the hit power, but, you know, it's... I'm still unsure which one I want to switch out right now, really. And I'm going to have to get some coin to switch out to Charles. But everybody seems to go against Talib anyway, you know. And here we go again. This guy's blitzing the hell out of me. You already saw me hit him once over the top. And he is straight just bringing the heat through most of the match. So this one, I do cover it up. And there we go with Steve Smith. You know, he was my guy earlier on in the season before I got Larry and even Jimmy with some of this stuff. And again, later at halftime, just to chuck it up, see what Larry can do. I knew I wasn't going to score, but look at that. Very nice. I would say there's a big difference in jump balls between this version of Larry and the 97. I really never did a lot. And look at this. Okay, here's one thing. This CJ fights, but he gets thrown back a lot. It's you know, and at that point, I was like 2nd and 24. We're going back over the top, bro, because, you know, you hadn't stopped it earlier. So can Steve get you again? Oh, and you did a bad job on your user and homie. You probably, if you would have done that right, might have been able to jump up and get a hand on that ball for sure, but you didn't. That's the breaks, man. You got to be on top of it. And look at J.J. Watt throwing the QB down, and Bruce Smith is going to get the big one. We're going to take this one down for a ways, and we even get the boot stomping in the mud. There you go. You know, Bruce ain't going to showboat any other way, but that, you know, that's all right. We had to give him a little something there. You know, JJ just beasting though, and you know, see highlights and look at Larry, very tight. If you see highlights of JJ, that's still the 93 I'm running there. I mean, that thing had such you know, good, you know, stats to begin with. I stick with him, and that right there, that last play, that's what happens when you hit turbo at the wrong time. Okay, like I easily should have turned that up, maybe even got a touch, would have had a big gain, but I carried myself out of bounds. And we have got Gurley now. You seen in the first clip I had Gordon. I didn't really like Gordon. I don't like his frame. I hate his frame. He's real big with like a big old fat ass. I don't even get that. But whatever. Gurley runs a lot better. Like I think Melvin might have a better shot at having a better, you know, career, at least a rookie season, because he's in a better place. He doesn't play against my Cardinals and Seattle, you know what I mean, in the Niners defense, and Gurley's going to have his work cut out for him. And you see that I threw the user to his jackham. I come back and I user up my Charles Woodson. That's how, you know, I was stoked about that. And it definitely, though, I mean, he threw a blitz on that play, and I threw it to jackham. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, I hate that guy. He kills me. So again, off these edges, CJ, he's just money. I mean, this is what I run. I say I do that. Right there, nice. This play, it works out very well for me. Just that on occasion, Jimmy gets stupid on his blocks. He doesn't block the first guy, so you got to make the first one miss. There we go, Gurley, just a nice run from the middle. He's definitely a really good change of pace guy. The stamina, as we know, is the issue there for CJ. 90, they bumped it up 2. It is a little better, but you know what? If you're throwing the ball, and look at me overthrowing, I had a wide open Larry Fitz right there, and I even planted my feet. There's no excuse for that, but whatever. You know, if you're running a second back and you're passing a lot, it's really not an issue with CJ. He's a home run hitter for the most part. I'm not really going to run him up the middle. You can. This is a lot tougher card, I'll tell you that. And look at the user there, about ready to close out the half. He was going in for the lead, and we get him again. You know, kind of expected that route there. I normally don't use P. Willie in that case, but I expected that one, so I took it and I brought him out left, so that way he thought he was uncovered, you know, and I let my normal jack ham that I used in this one blitz, so it worked out pretty good for me. CJ, again, see that bounce back. Now, there's a lot of clips I'm not showing in this video that are like that. CJ likes to get hit and bounce back. I'm not really a big fan of that animation, honestly, because you know, it typically leads in losses, and you normally, by the time you recover and try and go back, the defense have caught up to you. So you also risk like that. You also risk fumbling the ball a lot. But again, this guy's holding on to the ball. He's got like 97 carry. He holds onto the ball very well. And he's been a good receiver aside from one play. I remember the ball hits him in the head, and it's in here. I don't know if I already missed that one or not, but or it's coming. I don't, you know, it's all going so quick because of the way I recorded this, you know, edited this time around. And there we go, Tom shaking him off. And I am, like, between games, I was going back. Here we go for the touch. There we go. I was going back between Brady and Rodgers just because I'm trying to see, like, is there a big difference? Do I, you know, which one do I sell, sort of stuff. I don't really run out very much. And the free safety, you know, Charles there with a nice pick there at the end. We're really good. That seals it. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Talib jumping in front of him. And we're trying to get the pick 6 for Talib. He's still working on that. And that's a damn good return. So at the end, we get one more run. I believe this is Gurley. Yeah, Gurley coming off side. Nice spin for him. And look at this. I mean, if you want another budget type of guy, not too bad a price, not super budget. He was a little bit more on my hill, but he's been very good for my number 2. You know, got a lot of props to that Jeremy Hill card. I'll tell you that. I love that card. He was beasting for like 20K. Very nice. But that said, I'm liking this Gurley card a lot. And there, yeah, that's the play I was talking about. It hits my boy in the head. Like, you don't even turn around, CJ. Like, whatever though, whatever, right? And oh, we almost got that one to leave jumping. So, you know, he's all over in these clips, and nice in and out. If you don't lay on the speed burst and you let your guy move, he gets a great bob and weave. Now I'm gonna go to the elusiveness, which I think he was like at 100 elusiveness. I really don't think he moves as, you know, reacts the way a lot of the other elusive backs do. He does the bounce off stuff. He's not as slippery as Jamal, not at all, or like Barry or one of those guys. He's not. That 100 elusive is kind of tricky. He bounces off a lot, and very nice reception for him there. Again, out of the backfield. I don't run a ton of routes with my receiver, I mean my running back like that, but that one was very nice. He tries to force it in there, and that's the Darren McFadden. I ain't have nothing to do with the card like that, and he drops the ball easy. I just come in, put a little stick on him a lot, and he's down. So again, Gurley getting out there. He's like 95 speed, decent acceleration, but I mean obviously you can see the difference between the two. Okay, and coming up here, we're going to bait this guy, see if we can get the pick on him. I see he audibles out on the right-hand side, and we totally jumped this route. These are the most satisfying user picks for me, not when you're like hanging out near the middle and jumping 10 feet in the air, but when you can read a route before he even hikes the ball and you jump that and then get the pick. I mean, to me, that's where it's at. Those are the ones I like. Just, it's just a personal thing. Again, CJ hitting the edge. It's just all day with that. And all these swings for me, it's like a free 8 to 10 yards every time. And every so often, you're going to break one. And there we go with the Freddie B to perfection. Very nice. It's weird. You hold it long enough, and I can get it to throw it behind the receiver, which actually straightens them out without me having to spin and lets me do that. And look at Bruce Smith with the strip sack. A lot of people question that card, and it's hard for me. I don't think that Ultimate Legend Bruce Smith plays up to what he should. What he does is he holds the edge, a little well. He doesn't get a lot of penetration, but if you run at him, he gets off the block. And there goes CJ, like I said, being tough. But he holds the block. He's not really going to get you many sacks for Bruce. He's good against the run, but again, really kind of a letdown as far as the Ultimate Legends go. He's not very disruptive in the game. He's not, but he's still got some of the better block shedding out there. And so this guy comes out, he hits me with blitzes. He gets a safety on me to start this game out. So I come at him. Look at this. This is what you're gonna see today, buddy. Like, that's how you come at me. I'm gonna bring it back to you. That's how you want to do it. That's fine. I can play that game too. So we're gonna see. That's his side of the ball. Now we got it. Oh, CJ with a big spin. Like I say, unfortunately we get a little lag right there, but that's why I run those. Again, I mean, I might only get 6-8 yards on occasion. But if I make a group miss like I did there, it's nice. But again, if you want to run your screen passes and stuff like that, that's really what it's good for. Anything that gets CJ out on the outside for me is where it's at. So, most of this game was good, but again, we had a couple plays out there where we had some lag, unfortunately, so I apologize if you see that. But again, hitting the outside, very nice. We're going to take that to the house. The straight line speed is excellent with him. obviously, you know, I said before, he has always been a straight line runner. He's got a little bit more wiggle now. Still not quite like Jamal type, but even me, I'm coming out to the edge a little bit. I running more lateral with him. If you can hit, you know, just straight off the off tackle angle, if you have runs in your playbook that do that, oh, look at Jimmy wide open. You should not get dusted by a 91 speed guy. But if you have runs, like I say, that go off tackle pretty straight, CJ is very, very good at those. I started mixing up some other stuff later in the season, and there we go. Look at this. So he makes this bad throw there with just like 6 seconds left, so I catch it with 2, and I dive down. You know, that's awareness, buddy, so thank you for the free 3 points. And that's a very impressive suction tackle right there, guys. Like, he wasn't even facing me. He was facing the middle of the field, hits the suction tackle, and he still comes up and actually gets me. So we come back here, and then we're going to get the another interception there. This Charles Woodson, the free safety. And this time I think he tried to man me up, and I've got some man beaters out there. That's no problem. You know, I know how it goes because I run a lot of man, so I'm kind of aware of some of the routes that'll get you. And again, you got hit with this before, and we're going to get you again. So Mr. FU, clever name, with his safety off the bat, is not scoring again. He's not scoring again. Like, you got your 2 points. Okay, this was a mistake there. I did that so I could run the clock because I was sick of playing the game, and then I was like, you know what? Instead, I changed my mind afterwards, and I'm like, let me get CJ some goal line carry. So there's CJ at the goal line. If I could do it again, I just would have scored with Charles. You know, it's one of those momentary things, and there he is with his 3rd interception. You know, the game there. People always question, like, how, they act like you can't stop these deep bombs over the top stuff. And watch my videos, guys. Like, if you want a bomb, you know, like that to me, you have really like a 10% or less clip of actually catching that ball. It's just you need 2 guys out there. I mean, we're talking over the top bombs. This isn't face catching, you know, per se. But again, Larry, very clutch. This game, we only got a couple plays. Like, this was a boring ass game, but that play right there at the end, just sealing it up for me with CJ, making a big one. Look at it. And like, look, I didn't score. Like, it's 9-0, but okay, we're gonna be quicker. That's why there's only it's only on for a few seconds. But good game for him. Played good user. I remember that. All right, and we've got a little douchey dude, of course. He's trying to get me to burn timeout. So we got another one of these guys, but that's okay. We know what to do with you. We're just gonna get you know, Akib you know, in the game here. Let's see what we can do with him. Come on, Akib. Oh, I'm just trying to get my man a pick 6. He deserves it. He's been working so hard for me the last 2 seasons, you know. And oh, look at that, shaking it off with Brady, and then we're gonna hit Jimmy wide open. Oh, that's crushes you, doesn't it, man? I'm like, that's Brady doing that. That should not happen. So we're gonna CJ coming off the outside, little spin coming in action. You know, I'm gonna be money with him. I believe he was tired after that, so we had to put my man Charles in. And you know, with him, it's just like everything's money with my man Charles. I need my 99 Charles. I'm sick of asking for it. Give it to me, EA. Okay, just bump me up a little bit more speed and carry, and I'm good to go. Okay, just saying, man. I'm that model because they bump these stats up on these guys, but there's so much similarities. And over the top to Larry, you've seen that before. You know he's good at it. But like I say, there's so much similarities in the way they play. They just bump up a couple stats. Sometimes you can tell, sometimes you can't. But just give me a little bit more Jamal, and I will wreck the game with that. And again, over the top, you know, this is what I'm talking about, the bombs there. You know, it's not too difficult to stop. I have to run a lot of cover 2 man sort of stuff, which means you're going to have to learn how to run your zones underneath. You're going to have to learn how to, you know, cover under. You know, your shade techniques are very important. But when you get it down, you know, unless you're facing a Jimmy apparently, which I got a Jimmy, you in trouble then. Like, if dude's coming at me with Jimmy, I don't know. Like, I ain't played him like that. I ain't seen nobody do what I do with him on the outside there. But, you know, and I just chucked it up at the end, and sorry, bro. And look at Kevin White. Okay, he is my number 2 now, and just fighting. And I do screw this one up right there. I didn't need to juke in. I might have had a touchdown perhaps if I did not do that. I was trying to juke past that first blocker to get the guy chasing me from behind, though, and get him, you know, tagged up. And again, Larry with the toe dots. You know, just excellent, man. You know, these are both great cards. If you ain't caught that by now, you know, I can highly recommend both of these. Not every review card I do. The last ones were kind of a disappointment to me. You know, if you saw the one a couple days ago, but these guys both very good. And Larry, you know, we're just chucking one at the end. I don't know. I don't even know if I realized he had a guy there. I couldn't even see that. I just threw it, and I was like, oh crud. So again, I don't really do, if it's not near the end of the half, I normally don't do a jump ball stuff, but that worked good. And again, a little glitch here. I'm not sure if that was in the game or with the recording device, but again, we hit that edge and we just wrap it around. You know, K White again. I really didn't throw to the guy a ton, unfortunately, just because I've got a couple other guys I'm working on here. So this is mainly between the three. I've got a lot of Jimmy, a lot of Larry, and of course, CJ2K doing his thing. And nice spin, like I say, he's very smooth in the spin, very tight, but it's enough to make the guys miss. Very fluid. His juke is not bad, and there we go. That's one of them straight line runs I'm talking about before. If you got runs like that and you can hit and your blocking sets up, those are the best runs I found for him. Very good. Anything, I don't run a lot of between tackle stuff with him, but if you have a lot of off tackle, even that last one, that's what you want. You can try doing a lot of sweeps like I do. It's not the best. Look at this. Boom. Both feet are in, and they say I'm out. Like, I've watched this. I have paused this. I even challenged that and said he wasn't out. I've paused this thing. His feet were in. He had like a foot behind both of them. Stupid Madden mechanics. And there we go. CJ fighting. He gets knocked back in, so... very good. He's definitely tougher. I mean, and here's Kevin White again, though. Big play for him. He hits that. It's one of those sideline bouncing out routes. Very good. His awareness isn't really that great, but he's actually come around and made some plays that were due to his awareness that I was kind of surprised by. And that was one of them. They don't always run the right routes when that sort of stuff happens. For me, for awareness, look at Jimmy over the top. Me, for awareness for receivers, it's just that when their route breaks down. Their initial route breaks down. What do they do? And he's been good. And what do we not do, guys? We don't run commit. Okay, I don't run commit. Right, that's silly. If you ever have seen me do that, I guarantee every time it was an accident. When I was making adjustments and I accidentally hit the wrong button and it did a run commit and I didn't realize it did it. So there we go with my man jumping the route, his thing. A lot of that going on, and again, Larry there with these are nice. He's been spectacular, I'd say. So we got Sammy Baugh in this one. This guy was doing really good. He had me on the ropes early on, but he decides to go for it here at the end of the half, and it keeps the lead. Look at that, man! Just saving the touchdown, saving that coming across. I can see. I've done it. I've gambled like that too, so I get it. Oh, but then CJ with the brilliant spin move, shaking two. I thought I might have had a little room for that juke to get in there, but that's okay. So, him making that leaves me in the game. And again, the seam stuff coming big with Steve Smith. I did have Amari Cooper, I'll tell you that. But the stats are so same. And actually, Amari's stats looked a little better to me, but he just didn't perform the way that Steve does. There's something about Steve, even though the stats are all there. I don't know what to say about it. Steve even seems faster, and it doesn't make sense to me because the numbers don't support that. But I can tell you this, Steve is still better. He just is. But the Cooper card was good. I'm not going to knock that card. That was a good card. It's just, I played him for not long enough to know, though, that my man Steve still gets to keep his spot. And there we go again. Another one, this is a tight one. He made no mistakes. He had some good blitz techniques were tough there, but, I get it. Go down. I got to take the knee. I'm going to run it out. He does not want me to run it out. Okay. Come on, guys. Why do you got to do that? So, again, we were season and a half. As you see there, we're now going for the perfect season. This is the last game. We're going for it. So, here we go. CJ taking the edge, and that's not a big play, okay? But I'm showing that because most guys would have got hit in the back. They wouldn't even got that. So, CJ can even take a play like that, get you like 3 or 4 yards where he really has no business. So we're going to come around. We're going to get you with one spin, the double spin, and now you're down. And so we're looking okay. Good drive, right? But I'm going to tell you what. Thank you guys for all the support, all the wishes me doing better. Obviously, I'm feeling good. I'm playing good again. And if you made it this far, thank you. I always appreciate people checking it out to the end. So we will see you all next time.